energy for our guest tonight then. He's one of these people that you say needs no introduction, right? But when you do actually introduce him, it blows your mind. If you look at the accomplishments of this man in his career, 3-time road world champion, 7-time points jersey winner at the Tour de France, 12-time stage winner, 3 times winner of Ghent-Wevelgem, winner of Paris-Roubaix, winner of the Tour of Flanders, 121 road wins in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Peter Sagan! Peter, welcome, welcome, welcome. Have a seat. I think the microphone is here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello.
That's very polite of you to say hello to everybody. I like that. Manners. Are you a whiskey drinker, by the way? That can be yours if you like. Do you like whiskey?
Well, yeah, I drank some bottles
Okay.
in my life.
Question to Peter Sagan. Do you like whiskey? Answer, well, I drank some bottles. So that's, the jury's out on that one. Consumption does not mean you liked it. Peter, it's such a privilege to have you here. It's so lovely. How have you enjoyed the LeBlanq Joyriding Festival so far?
It's a pleasure for me. Thank you very much to be here and to spend very nice time with very nice people and to enjoy a ride. And I think I have a very good time here.
Good. On the first night, I asked you at Rio Mar whether you would be popping any wheelies on the road. Has anyone tried to impress you with their wheelies over the course of the last few days?
Didn't happen.
No! What? Nobody tried to out-wheelie Peter Sagan?
But still tomorrow we have last ride.
Okay,
and,
yeah, tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. How's life with you? How are things with you? What are you up to these days?
No, like how the life is going after my career.
In general, yeah.
Very good. Thank you. For sure, I'm enjoying much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm out of cycling, and well, I'm not really out of cycling, but this year I tried to do mountain bike, but after with the things went wrong, I just stopped after national championships on mountain bike. And well, enjoying. I have a good time. I spend much more time with my son and family, and I doing a lot of nice event what I enjoy with people, and well, I still do something. Then yeah, I'm very happy for that.
Good, just relaxing, enjoying yourself. As you say, you were doing some mountain biking. I say some mountain biking, but that's how you started mountain biking, cyclocross, as well as the road. And I think these days we sort of take that for granted with Wout van Aert, Mathieu van der Poel, but you were the OG of that, really, weren't you? The original of succeeding in this cross-discipline approach to cycling.
Well, when I was young, in my mind was I was good in mountain bike, and I was thinking always like my career is gonna be in mountain bike, not on the road. And when I came as a junior, I said like to get out from Slovakia is only possibility if I'm gonna be the best. And I saw very good opportunity in cyclocross. It's not that much competition there. I said it's gonna be good if I'm gonna try to do cyclocross just as junior to take some medal from World Championships. And second year junior, I took second place in World Champion. And after I won gold medal in mountain bike. And on the road, I was fourth. And after my ways just opened, you know, and they took me in Italy. And after my professional career starts, then yeah, I'm happy to do that, but in all time when I become professional, I had no option to continue with mountain bike and cyclocross. But cyclocross, it was never my, like, the strong part, like what I feel to do. But mountain bike, yes, but I couldn't continue with mountain bike in that time. That's why I tried Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, starting mountain bike, and it also didn't finish very well, but at least I had good start for one lap after I flat tire. And well, in the end of career, I said like I want to finish with what I start, and I would like to experience like 1 year with mountain bike team, and Specialized was very uh, good in this. I'm very grateful to them that they make it that it's happen. I did, half a year with the mountain bike team in a specialized factory team, and it was very nice experience, and it was good. I
But you're
enjoyed
done
it.
with it all now, are you? That's it. Finished.
Well, we will
Competing.
see. Competing, yes, definitely. I am happy don't compete anymore.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
think you've
what
completed cycling, Peter Sagan. I think it's done. You've won everything you need to win, really.
maybe something crossed my mind. I can try enduro, but
Oh, yeah.
but
Never-
I
never
think it's
stops.
gonna be last thing what I'm gonna try.
Okay. I mean, it's crazy listening to you when you say how you saw in cyclocross, they weren't that good. So I thought there's some easy world medals to pick up. And in your second year as a junior, you medaled already. And I'm always intrigued by greatness, essentially. How much of it is natural talent? How much of it is hard work? You just insanely naturally talented.
Well, talent is one thing. You need that to achieve things easier. But also it's hard work behind, and that's I think everybody knows. Like you can achieve some level in everything, in every sport. But after you need, something more to be the best.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that. That I could do my career and achieve very nice results. Also because of talent. Yeah, definitely.
You're the best of the best of the best. Peter, I was really lucky. I got to watch you race an awful lot. And I got to follow your career as I was covering cycling. And yet, when I was preparing for tonight, I was looking back on your results and I've forgotten so much of what you've won.
You forgot the European Championship.
I did. I did. But you see what I mean? There's too much to remember. I was looking at it and I was going, 7? 7 green jerseys? I mean, the headline is always the 3-time World Championships, 3 times in a row as well. And I watched you win all those green jerseys. But I don't know if it's become because it almost became inevitable that you would win. But 7-time green jersey winner as well as the stages and the European Championships. What's your favourite of all of those race wins? And I'm sure you've been asked this question before. But what's your favourite race win? Is there one?
Well, the easy races.
No!
you
The
know-
easy ones are your favourites. Not the big challenges where you had to overcome
No, I was
Greg
always.
Van Avermaet or Cancellara.
No, I was always happy. Oh, I was always looking forward from the preparation. In the winter, it's very boring. You are just staying on spending time on the bike and you ride. And after, I was always happy to go to Australia or Argentina.
Yeah.
That was a race for preparation and
Yeah.
to take some race kilometers. And it was always relaxed. It doesn't matter if what is results. Obviously, I always wanted to do my best, and it was also good training. But spending time in the races, or the training in the races, was much more easier to train in a normal life. That was two good races. That was relaxed, and also I won some stages there. But in different, in mentally different. That if you are focusing for a Flanders, Roubaix, or a Tour de France. And then another very nice race was always in America, Tour of California, Tour of Colorado.
Yeah.
It was a races that I finished classic season, and after I had rest, and I come to America to prepare for another races like the Tour de Suisse or Tour de France. And then I always was taking Tour of California it's just race, to train.
Yeah, bit of a
And
chill.
that's mentally has helped me to take it easy, and I always achieved some victory in Tour of California, and that was nice because it was
Racing
different.
in the sun. I'm seeing like a common denominator here. You enjoy sunny racing, do you? In the sunshine.
Yeah, I don't like to take rain and cold, but also I don't.
And then he wins Flanders, and he wins Paris-Roubaix, Gent-Wevelgem 3 times.
Well, I'm from Slovakia.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have the real winter too
Yeah.
in Slovakia. Then, well, maybe I prefer cold than very hot. That's true. But I don't like to ride in the rain.
So did you enjoy the pressure then? Because I am surprised, I'm joking, but I'm surprised that your favourite race wins are the easiest, and also the ones that are not the highest profile. I mean, I know I forgot the Europeans, but I didn't even mention the Tour of California, even though you were synonymous with that race for quite a long time. But the Paris-Roubaix, the Flanders that you won in the rainbow jersey, any of those 3 world titles, any of the 7 points jerseys, do none of them stand out above a race win in Australia in January?
No,
No disrespect,
no, we cannot compare. Like,
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is to win world championships, and 3 times is special. Also, Flanders, Roubaix, you can compare with world championships. And I think that's the best result what I did.
I mean, they were all absolutely spectacular. Of the 3 world championships, can you identify any one of those that was your favourite? We say that the first is always a lovely surprise, the second is an added bonus, but third in a row must have been quite special as well. Which of
Yeah,
those?
everyone is special, yeah. But you cannot win 3 world championships without first one.
Very true, very true. So it's the first. What did it feel like to be wearing the rainbow jersey? I mean, for 3 seasons, but it's a pinnacle, isn't it? It's the pinnacle of many riders' careers.
Yeah, like in history, a lot of riders, they won world championship, that they had bad season after that. But I think I had 3 best years when I was wearing like the rainbow jersey. That, yeah, it's giving me some watts.
Gave you some watts. What about the Tour de France? Now that you've got some distance from that race, how do you feel? I remember actually interviewing you on the Champs-Élysées on your final stage of your final Tour de France.
With cigar.
And I was and I was asking you how you felt and whether you were sad that it was over. In your face, you were like, "No, I'm delighted. That was suffering. It's too hard." How do you feel now with distance from the Tour de France of that as a race? Do you hold fond memories of your time riding and winning?
Yeah, for sure. It's a beautiful race. But when you are doing it first time, you don't know what to expect. And after day by day, you are going through Tour de France, and after you see good days, you see the bad days. For me, it was good because I won directly green jersey. I won 3 stages. That was a perfect Tour de France as a first year. And it was nice. Like, everything was positive. Everything was good. I had maybe one day that I came in Gruppetto that we were fighting for a time limit. It was a bad day. But nothing happened. I crashed also once, but it was not a really bad crash. And after, when we came to Champs-Élysées, it was special, you know. Like, first time they closed the biggest square in the world, you know, just for you to ride bicycle. And atmosphere is amazing with people, fans. They are screaming on you and cheering, and it was beautiful. And after you realize, like, what a beautiful race and stuff, you know, you forget about the
pain.
the pain and stress and the people and the interviews and stuff, with all the stress what is around. But after you relax, after when I finished first Tour de France, I went for another races. I continued the year, the season, and I said, like, every race is just sad. You don't
Every
have
race is sad.
Yeah, you don't have that atmosphere what you have in Tour de France, you know? Like, there looks like it's different world. It's different cycling in Tour de France. Definitely, it's very big, you know? That's why a lot of guys are saying, if you win one stage in Tour de France, it's going to change completely your career. If you are going to win one stage in Tour de Suisse, or I don't know, Paris-Nice, is not going to be that strong that in Tour de France. And it is true. Like, but after the year I finished, the next year they again told me the plan, and you are going for Tour de France. I said, okay. But after, when the Tour de France was coming, I was thinking about how was the last year. And it was good. And well, I was still, okay, I'm going for Tour de France. It's the biggest race. I was looking forward. It's gonna be nice. Good atmosphere, good stuff, you know. Even if it's hard, but it is some race, then you have to show yourself and to be seen from all the people who is watching Tour de France.
That huge spotlight that only exists at the Tour.
And after first week, I said, now I understand why nobody wants to do Tour de France. Because all old guys, they told me, like, even if you take Bon and Cancellara, they did 10, 12, 14 stages for preparation, and after they left.
Yeah.
But in my position, I was never able to do that. Like, I always finished Tour de France, even like when I didn't have a injury or something. And yeah, with how many I did? Like 14?
You're looking at me. I forgot you won the Europeans, for goodness sake. Did a lot. I mean, you won the green jersey 7 times, so.
I made 13 Tour de France I did, and well, last 3 years I was already like, it's enough.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to race anymore Tour de France. I have enough.
How did you deal with the intensity of that pressure that comes at the Tour de France? Because you say races after that just felt sad. And I'm always struck by riders coming out of the Tour bubble and the contrast. You're at the center of something huge while you're riding the Tour de France, especially you in the green jersey, superstar of the sport, everybody cheering your name, loving you. How do you deal with that pressure and the transition out of it into normal living and being a normal cyclist?
What is pressure?
Very good answer. Really, do you not feel pressure? Is that not something that you experience much? Because that can be a secret.
Like, sometimes I feel that I'm bordered, you know, I have to be focused for the race, but I have to do different things for sponsors, for people, for a team. That I feel like it's not right. I have to be racer first.
So it's the other stuff that's pressure, the sponsor commitments and...
No, like I can deal with that, but everything is about how you set your mind, you know? Like, I was always racing for myself, like, okay, I can do this or I cannot do that, and I always wanted to do my best, you know? It's not for the team or for just for myself. I am here because I want to do my best. If I am not able to do my best, it's better I stop.
And for yourself, why? Why? To win?
Why? Because
I
started to do cycling because I wanted to be the best. And I'm not winning for my father or for, I don't know, my son or for teammates. I want to win because I am here for winning. And that was my thing. I don't want to win because my manager asking me, you have to win. And that's the thing. If I'm not able to win, that it's better than I stop. You know, that I always did cycling because I choose it, and I did it because I like it, and I wanted to be the best. That's why I was racing for myself. And they also choose me to be leader, but I had also like a responsibility for that.
What did that give you? That feeling of being the best. What did it give you? The knowledge that you were the best, that you'd done it. Did it make you happy? Did it make you fulfilled? What was it? Was it a realization of the hard work?
Also, but maybe taking things differently. Like when I came, how I said, I started with mountain bike, and I never thought in professional road cycling I can be the best. Like that's why I wanted to choose mountain bike, because in mountain bike I feel I can be the best. But on the road it was just the new world. You know, and coming from Slovakia, I was racing on the small races on the road and maybe some races in Italy, in Austria, but I never watched like big races in even in television. You know, it was just new world for me.
So you didn't grow up as a road cycling fan necessarily?
Not even mentally, not like I was racing and training on the road, but just because I needed for a mountain bike. But after that, I realized, after the first 5 months that I was racing as a professional, that I can win races on the road. And after, I started to have different mind that I can do something good also here on the road.
Something good. An awful lot of good. Can I bring you back to 2017 and stage 4 of the Tour de France? The last 300 metres.
Oh, yeah.
When you had a collision with another friend of LeBlanq, a certain Mark Cavendish.
What's happened? Like,
if you genuinely don't even recall this, I love this. When you were disqualified from the Tour de France and Mark crashed out.
Stage.
It was stage 4, I think, wasn't it?
I was thinking it was later.
I think it was stage 4.
No,
I
6.
was there.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, we'll Google it later. You know better, Peter. It's your life. Anyway, whichever stage it was, and you were disqualified, and Mark ended up having to leave the race. And I just remember the huge storm around all of it at the time. And everybody, all of us nasty journalists, were like running between buses and trying to get interviews and microphones stuck in people's faces and what he said. And has he apologized yet? And what's his reaction? And what's happening now? And it was a massive deal. How do you look back on that incident now?
Like now?
Yeah.
I already
like,
forgot about that.
Do you care? Have you spoken to Mark about it then? Have you spoken? Have you two made up? Because...
No, well, with Mark, in that time, like, in that moment, I just feel injustice, but not from the Mark or just from organization and from like what the jury decide, because nobody wants to hear my story, is what happened. They just saw some video, and on the video you can see a lot, but also not. And they just thought like I did it in the purpose, but if you think like how can I do it in purpose, I don't know who is behind me, and I didn't see somebody is coming. I just found myself in moment that somebody under my handlebar, and if I am not like able to ride bicycle, that I going also down, because Mark was coming too fast and he had no space, and all the groups just moved to the barriers, and it just happened. Like I cannot say whose fault was it, but it was just it was just race. And in the end, also happened that we went on the court, and after they apologized to me that it was a mistake and stuff. Then I taking it like, okay, but nobody is going to give me another green jersey.
Yeah.
And I already won it after stages that I had a bunch of points in the front. Everything can happen during the Tour de France. I could have also crashed and something, but it was good start of the Tour de France that I was leading green jersey already. And I was feeling great, and it just happened. But after that, I apologized to Mark, but because he crashed, he had a bad injury and stuff, and I was the last contact what he had with me. And the thing is, after I called him also, like, how is he feeling and stuff, I was also like punished that they throw me away from Tour de France, you know? That, but in the end, I had the best holiday in July, because I went directly home, and I went for holiday 4 days with all my family. And that was good, but well, after this accident, like Mark was starting to have also bad years, and he had also different kind of crashes during the next years. And I don't want to speak about Mark problems and stuff, but he had very bad period. What I was talking with him and stuff, he was also explaining me the things. He had very hard few years, and we just met last year in Criterium in Saitama, and we were talking like, Mark, we have to went out to drink, to drink something, and we are going to talk about. No, like definitely yes, because I have also something on my heart, and I said, and he starts to talk to me and stuff, and like we was always good, like friends in the bunch. Like I respect him as a sprinter, he respect me, and we were joking each other, we were talking, you know, during the stages, and suddenly from that point we just didn't speak, And he asked me also after a few years, like, don't speak to me. I don't want to talk to you. And I said, I respect that because I had always big respect for you. But after when we talk in Saitama, we just clear all the story and stuff, and he explained me all these troubles, what we had, what he had, and stuff. And I told him I had nothing against you, never I had. Like, I just respect your decision. And after we drink, we had good time, you know, and now I can say like we are friends.
That's lovely, really lovely. Mark has been a guest of LeBlanq before. Maybe we'll get the two of them back together. Should we try that? That'd be quite nice. Peter, I want to ask you about another rider, if you don't mind. And it's a rider who's here at LeBlanq, because you were a teammate of a certain Adam Blythe, weren't you? And I want to hear some stories about Adam Blythe. Look at him dashing up to have his say.
Now it's coming hard part for me, eh?
Yeah. He's coming to defend himself. Peter, share, dish the dirt.
Now I have to share the first story with you, Adam.
Don't be nice.
I remember one of the first times I met Peter. It was quite awkward. We were on a training camp in Gran Canaria, and there was 4 new riders on the team. And I remember we had to.
And you were one of them.
I was one of them. We had pre-drinks and we had to do golf. I won the golf, and then Peter pinned me down on the ground, and I don't know why you're laughing. It got awful.
I mean, it sounds quite awkward, but go ahead.
He pinned me down.
So you're pinned down. Hang on a minute. Is this on the golf course? I need to paint a picture. Is it on the golf course?
It was on the golf course, and then it changed into a bar after that. But basically,
okay, but hang on a minute. So you're on the ground. You're pinned down by Peter Sagan.
A lot was going on right then.
Okay.
A lot was going on. But no, Peter dressed me up as a woman that night.
That's not a pivot I saw coming. What?
Yeah, it was an initiation process, and basically I got dressed up as a woman, so I had to spend the whole night dressed up as a woman while everyone was just casually dressed. It was awful, but it was all Peter's doing, so...
You become nice woman.
Did he look good, Peter? Does he make a good woman?
Yeah, he was. It was like original.
Can I ask whose clothes they were?
Oh, they went out to the shop. They went to the shop. They got everything. I've got pictures on my phone. It is horrific.
Actually?
Yeah, it is
Did
awful.
you wear makeup?
They put makeup on me as well. They put everything on.
This one.
Mascara.
Eyelashes.
I had eyelashes on. I had makeup on. Everything. It was
You
awful.
get that done for telly on a regular basis, so maybe that's where it all started.
All right. Thank you very much. No, Peter, I have to say, I was teammates with him for 1 year, and he was a pain in the arse. There's no way about it. It was hard work in a way that normal leaders. I'd been through a lot of teams through my cycling career, and I've had big leaders, Gilbert, Ballant, loads of riders. And Peter came on. I remember doing Tour of Flanders with him. And
was it the Flanders he won?
It was the Flanders he
Oh,
won. Yeah, I had a
wow.
small part to play in that, where I started and I didn't finish.
Cheered from behind. Go, Peter!
Exactly. Good luck, mate. I'll see you on the bus.
I'll get your seat warm.
Yeah, it was horrific. But no, Peter on the bus, we have like a meeting the night before, and normally the leader like chips in and says what they want. And Peter was one of the hardest people to work for in terms of he didn't need help.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest part about it. Like there's a guy, you imagine like the guy that's the best in the world at everything. He's best at sprinting, he's best at positioning, he's best at climbing. To work with that is really difficult as a support role, because whatever Peter was doing, we couldn't do better.
Yeah, yeah.
So I remember in this bus the night before, they said to Peter, it's like, what do you want, Peter? And he was just like, as long as you can see me, that's fine. Like, as long as you can see me and you're around me, if I need help, you can help. But I never saw him once. Like, it was awful.
So that was your job, and you didn't even manage to do that? You didn't even manage to stay within sight?
No, the small part to play. So that, I remember that day very, very well, is that we started, and Peter was world champion at the time, and it was amazing to be part of that team. But you had I don't know if you remember, you had a puncture. No, you can't remember. Great. That's fantastic.
I had in the one downhill, yeah.
Yeah, I was in front of you getting you back on. Anyway, so Peter punctured, and I waited for him and got him back on, and it was just before one of the climbs, and it must have been like 140k to go, so a long way still to go. And we were coming down this descent, and it was just the approach into the climb. If anyone's watched the classics, they'll know it's like a bunch sprint coming into there. So the pace ramps up everything. I'm trying to make myself look good here. So trying to get back on was
you know
very...
the cameras are on you.
Yeah, it was. I was really trying hard. And then we got onto the bottom of the climb, and we just got onto the back of the bunch, and Peter I just went, bye. I just left him to it. But that was the last time I saw him. That was it. I was like over and done with. But he was, I mean... There's one really impressive thing about Peter, and that's his prize money pot. Whenever you did a race.
He's a good teammate to have then, isn't he?
When I was in a race with Peter, you'd like get your little email through, you're going to do this race, you look who's starting, you guarantee that you're coming home with money every time, just because Peter would be winning. Honestly, it was great. I loved it. But no, he was a really good guy. He still is a good guy, obviously. But there was one thing that you said earlier, and you said, I don't know if you remember this. This was in between Ghent, Wevelgem and Flanders, and we were in the hotel. I'll never forget it. He was saying he doesn't get, stressed.
Yeah.
He just likes to do his own thing.
Yeah.
There was one time I was in the hotel room, and I heard this, outside. Do you remember what it was? Yeah.
It was broken and I just fixed it two weeks ago.
Just now? Yeah. So anyway, so we finished Ghent, Wevelgem the day after.
The remote control car. That one, right?
What? You packed a remote control car in your suitcase from Ghent Wevelgem to Flanders?
No. We just get to Belgium for a classics, and we spend 3 weeks there. Yeah. In the hotel room, and then some races between, and and well, we just went for an easy ride, and we took coffee and hamburger or something, and I just watched the shop with the cars and helicopters and stuff, and I just
toys.
Yeah. But
okay.
the
toy
professional, professional shop.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, petrol remote. What?
No, it's big like this.
okay.
It's going 90 per hour.
What?
Yeah.
A little car.
Yeah.
Okay, and you sit on it.
No, I didn't see it. I just.
I don't understand this.
No, I just bought it, and we play in the front of the hotel with the car,
bear in mind, we're in the centre of Ghent, and Peter Sagan, world champion at the time, just won Ghent Wevelgem. If any journalist walked past, they'd just see Peter with a little remote just going, meh. And you talk about the pressure. There was never any pressure with him. It was just a real pleasure to be around him. But sometimes you're like, is he up for today or not? But no, he was brilliant. He was wicked teammate, but like I said, hard work in the easiest sense, because you didn't really have to do anything.
Peter, what was Adam like as a teammate then? You obviously had a lot of teammates in your career. What was he like? Any memories of him?
Yeah.
Completely forgettable.
No,
so what's your name again?
No, very funny teammate. And
very funny, yeah.
We met, I think, first time in Gran Canaria, how you said, and from that point I said
when you dressed him as a
woman.
woman.
You know, when you met this cool guy, you met in the blood, this is my teammate, is good, and I enjoy spend time with him also. And I remember we've been also in Sierra Nevada training camp, and we were training sprint. Adam beat me in every sprint in training.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. Hang on. He's coming up. He's waking up, people. He's waking up. Credit to you, Adam. You were very fast.
Yeah, and it's also if you have the funny and good people around you, that the time and hard time is passing also well.
Yeah.
Then, that was very nice, to have teammates as Adam, Danielos, Bodnar.
Yeah.
By the way, we lose body before Flanders in the time.
We did.
Yeah, he just broken his
jaw.
Yeah.
Broke his jaw. That made my life a lot harder trying to look after you.
From behind.
Then I think, I had always good time with my friends and teammates. That they were also happy in my presence, and it was pleasure.
There was one time where I was against Peter, well, a lot against him, even as a teammate. But we did Tour of Qatar. You mentioned the World Championships.
I wanted to tell that story. I have to.
You're
thank
just
you
this
a lot,
hype man, Adam. Things haven't changed.
I couldn't win 3 world championships if the Adam is not in the race in Doha, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
Very true. Yeah,
Go.
that's very true. So we
But
were.
why were you riding for Slovakia in the World Championships
Hold
then?
the phone a minute. No, I was like, right. So in Qatar 2016, yeah, 16. So the crosswind split, and there was 1 point throughout this race, and there was 200 guys trying to be in the same position. And
This is when you were riding for Mark Cavendish.
this was when I was riding for Mark, yeah. And we came into this corner, and it started to split immediately. And I was one of the last men behind, but Peter was behind me. So I was able to get myself on, but Peter was just on the back of me with... You had a teammate with you as well? Yeah, Michael Collar. Yeah, and Uri. And
So you
yeah.
dragged Peter across, really?
I didn't mean to drag him across. I mean, if there's one thing I'm still pissed off about, it's the fact that Mark got second to this man in that World Championships. But no, it's... I remember coming into the finish of that Worlds, and it really, really annoyed me. So I was riding for Cav, obviously, and the only thing Cav wanted to do in the last 3 laps was be on your wheel. And bear in mind, you've got like Tom Boone and everyone there. They've got like 10 guys as a lead out. I'm like, Mark, can you please just follow Tom Boone because he's going to have the best lead out? Like, in the nicest way, he's a pain in the arse to follow. No, but he is because he's so good and can move so quickly. He's just the worst person to follow. So me and Cav had an argument, a long one. which
for a change.
For a change, exactly. And then, yeah, Cav stayed on his wheel and got second behind Peter. And he was so pissed off after the race. But I almost said to him, I didn't because I didn't have the balls at the time, but I was almost like, well, because like, what do you expect? Like, you're following Peter, like, you're never going to be able to, like, just come round a bit at any given moment. So, yeah, that's one time I was slightly
Do you know what?
angry
I've
with
heard
him.
this story a number of times, and it's always been, if you'd only just stayed as I said, Mark, if you'd only stayed as I said, you would have won. I've never heard in this telling of the story. However, it was me who brought Peter Sagan across.
I did
He was
bring
able
him
to
back
contest
on.
the final, and he
I
beat
did
you in
bring
the
him
end.
back on. I did a little bit.
Guys, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you both. It's been wonderful to chat to you, Peter. Will we see you on the dance floor later?
Oh, this man's got shapes.
Has he?
Oh, he can do big fish, little fish, cardboard box, everything, yeah.
Will we see you dancing, yeah?
I hope not.
Oh! If we're really, really nice to you, if we give you a big cheer now, will you throw some shapes on the stage with Pete Tong? On the stage, if we're really nice.
It's much better if you're going to remember me as a cyclist, not as a dancer.
Should we try anyway? Let's give him a big cheer. Whoa!